own individual layers, each of the pieces that I want to use to put things together, but they're not exactly the way that I want them, and I don't have as many of them as I maybe want as well. So I'm going to start off with the pumpkin, then put my corn and radishes together. So reminder again, you can show and hide visibility of your different layers by clicking on the little eyeballs next to them. So I'm going to grab my pumpkin and I'm going to move it. I want it in the middle, yeah, but I want it below the midway line. So I'm going to have some text up here. And I'm going to have some text down here too. So yeah, up a little bit there, kind of maybe about on the third line. So okay, my pumpkin's happy. Now I need my corn. Okay. Well, I want 2 corn, and I want them each standing up next to my pumpkin. So remember, you can turn on and off, you can toggle your transform controls, and I made sure that I'm on my corn layer, not my pumpkin layer, but my corn layer, and I want to rotate this guy 90 degrees. So again, if I hit shift, it's going to snap to 90, and that's perfect, and I'm going to hit the return key to have that apply. I want to move this guy, and you'll notice it's got these little smart guides, and it's telling me that that's in fact in line with my pumpkin, so I like that. Now I need a second corn. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to duplicate that layer. It says corn copy. I'm happy enough with corn copy right now. And I want to move this guy along and I want it to be at the same height. There we go. I love smart guides. And you can see as I move this, it's going to tell me, oh, that's the same distance from my pumpkin as the other side. Perfect. Great. That makes me very happy. So I've got my 2 corn there, and I'm happy with that. And I'm going to put some text about my farmer's market, and I've got some date info. Now I need my radishes. Okay. Now I want to rotate my radish. Now again, I got to remember, I've turned the radish layer on, but I haven't clicked in that layer. So I still have my corn selected. So I'm going to click on my radish, and I want the radish up in the corner. Again, I want to turn it, and I'm going to hit shift so that it snaps 90 degrees. Now, that's kind of big. I want 1 radish in each corner, but those are massive. So I can also, as well as rotating it, I can also scale my radish. So I'm just going to grab that corner. I'm going to go, yeah, I think that's closer to where I want. So now that I'm happy with that, again, I'm going to apply it. Now I've been hitting the enter button, but you can also click this little check mark here, and that will commit it. Now, I wanted to make that change before I duplicated it, because otherwise I'd have to go ahead and I would have to make those changes to each and every one of my radishes. That's a pain. So get one set. If you're going to duplicate a layer, get one to where you want it to be before you duplicate it so you don't make yourself do more work. So again, I'm going to duplicate this guy. I'm okay with the radish copy. I'm going to move it over. Yeah, that's in line. Wonderful. It's the same distance apart. That's great. That makes me happy. I'm going to make another copy, duplicate it again. And you see, now this is radish copy 2. Okay. Now that's fine. And one of the things that you'll notice though is that when you look at the layers, find the pumpkin, that's easy to tell which one that is. The corn, I can see what they are. But the radishes are tiny. I don't know which one is which unless I click on the layers. So I'm probably going to want to do something so that I know which radish is which later. But for right now, I'm just going to duplicate these and move them around. Radish copy 3. You can see why you might want to name them something a little different. So maybe I want to do radish. Double click on the name allows me to change the name. And I want to call this one top right. Radish copy. It's going to actually be radish top left. Radish copy 2 is radish bottom left. And radish copy 3 is radish bottom right. That way it makes it way easier. I'm going to save. To make sure that I'm going to grab the right radish when I want to go and change these guys. So I'm going to turn off my transform controls because I don't want to accidentally change the scale on anybody. So that allows you to make sure you've got your, you know which radish is which.